Yeah, that's Sister Sandy. Sister Sandy na ene ujina table bua. Waboy and komo kama on. My dear bako me who say BIS from Kokra, very feeling town. Yeah, in my table bu nukwa de yankasa kase because you need to be there. No, it's a table bu BIS from Kwa. In terms of a Juma, in terms of a Gianni, in terms of Onamamre, in terms of said you only see here or Munyamano. Bibia dance na F crown so mano bro. So Sister Sandy, only your entire team, multimedia group team ni na no yadamase. Great job done. When I'm there bray or I was a pay. Once was amo and they pantuni say nkokwana another option and acquire or habitimi de akura a tebubu yadamase. Mo explore Ghana sa. Ede bia je si eji ahom ni kakra no bia pese okọ Dubai ne France ne South Africa and the Kakao. In Ghana here, there are a lot of places you can also visit, relax yourself and have the best of fun. Obebano, no apomo de no etimi edimwewi pe okwansonko. So this is the last segment I did PJ Mo Badwam Jumadi no so 5:45 and on behalf of the entire team make us say this is the final slot nti yire ho na hwe ni yi na osofo adwenkyere ebre. Ye PJ mu pe 9:25 Nioma Papa Gusu Ayekoso Ewa Adom TV. So Tina Bribia da Eka say Yewa dia Oyeno. And a quick reminder, this is your election headquarters, Kokromoti Power, as we count down to election 2024, 7 December no. And Nioma Opeso who enam na kwemu ayem frame yem febi so na yen kasa e ho tie na sefo nyina na. Definitely it should be your election headquarters, Kokromoti Power. Yeah, the GH Herbal for us, one the golden herbal mixture, and no ekutia, ye wana utititi hosano, ekutia, and no chinsunum, a dear airbow, we a bema, we your bow, airbow, quansum, cosocra. Now, if you bought my herbal mixture, so no, usisia now, yem netim, man in memina, a bomb of quansum, cosoco, pharmacy shop, and chemicals of Biana, Ubenya Bio. The Doran Casadie. 0243173388 or show na chakwa wager SCC junction hona be homo nkwada woni nimbro fie dumienu ontimi mfa emom anafe ema wono enyim ana wona fa afro ana moma no for so ontimi emfa emom number koso aka says always good ti adwom de ade nyoma bebreba the better revival kwa for aka say akpe experience 2024 no is under the theme the revival in Kenya Sonko because here 3rd November 2024 Global Evangelical Church Trinity Chapel Kotobabi 5 p.m. pepe near be gate na tonum one Badwam Beto for etima konkan or jumtu ye Pastor Edwin Datson, Pastor Helen Yorson, Ike Nano, Dave the music boss, Luigi McLean, Anna Fane Osborne, Rafia, Quindalin, Anna Fia, John to Ford Dona, Eba, Anna Bethel Revival Choir. Make out the tickets no call for 50 for regular, na 150 for VIP. Available Global Evangelical Church, Trinity Chapel, Kotobabi, Channel 1 TV, or Tessano, CTFM, Adabraka, and I said www.betterrevivalchoir.com, and I said USSD code near. Star 713 star 33 star 114 hash. Tickets hotline is here 0544 222 154. Na yenyomu boom on this the revival Battle Revival Choir for a day brain. So great news for Ghanaians. Congratulate your Foreign Affairs Minister Ayakobo Shelley. Or Kunya Bashobodie Commonwealth, acquire paying pie, or ban a dish or bansa. It's so beautiful. And now Ubenya sa Biana Tanahono. I'll tell you what Commonwealth now down on dear home fast dear and the brain as on mine. Until we should celebrate her when the issue about MPP, NDC or Cheddar or movement. No, it's about Ghana because everywhere the name will be called out, you know. Representing the country called Ghana. And I was very happy when my lawyer, my favorite friend, Ira Hanmurano, said, oh, Shelley, congratulations. Why are there, Papa? School, London. It's Ghana. The feeling should be Ghana. not partisanship. Congratulations to Yama Michelle Ekobotri. And the same congratulations, Ebe Kwama Zoom Lion, Jospon Group of Companies, because in Uganda, the president of Uganda, Amo Makwenya, said one intimi Emra Uganda, na de fa efi hu nyina no. Ono emidi ehun ejuma. You might have its challenges, but clearly all climbable stairs no Ghana so anymonyam. Nti Jospon Group of Companies, Ugandan president orders immediate landfill handover to Zoom Lion. It is Zoom Lion onu team na also I think the most important thing, the caution that will give you is that once you are climbing, be sure that you climb with all the cleanliness that it comes with and the forthrightness. Otigana nim, Otiwa wenim, Omagana an opportunity say amount for benye Jumaya or Ada aye Ashia who do in also in the Jospon Group of Companies as Zoom Lion Kaho. Monkoya Jumapa ewo Uganda, Monkotigana nim Uganda said the baya in Krum ahodo, even beyond the shores of Africa. Ebehu aye modern ba mutimibo. Eba efi ene ahunidin ho a na yetim de abasobode kese pa ede amamuti yachiamu nyina. And thank you always for making sure our environment clean, safe, ebuama a healthy living etimi ekoso ni amasa namwale esquire. I rather nyankopon say all the BBS when you it doesn't matter where you find yourself. It's just the focus and determination, you know. And he's a good example for you know, the girls, they be me bam say, why I do, but you do acquire criminologists, oh, ba, where a farmer, oh, ba. I don't know, I said no, touch all boko. You didn't come baby. One can't tell me the program or continue classroom as I could see, baby. And Adom, I send home and Munyam. One channel go on the bush for representing the mamma minu and on one cassa. Now no die from a momako bano Ghana ye bano. So a cassa bar, Ubi Kubusa and Biwa Sempa. Unum clubhouse, but so never be a tyrant at there be on my work actually. If you a cab bar, man call a beer bar, and I say chop bar, Mr. Mrenim for bar. And on one cassa and mamma minu and on one cassa. Ni amasana mwale esquire. If I saw Kobia, who say a born uncle dino, oh, say Namwale, it was obvious. But when so, Papa, I'm not sure. Why member of parliament paying, why minister, deputy, right? And so a pay. And Ghana, a tro 1992, can Mammy Kebia, Bakwasem, Rashibi Gem, or Minor TTS, Yahuna Zafua, or Canipa Binma, Intime, MP Paul Moody, and free. Yeah, kept me kebi amanyo seminum. Ni on this note, on my own behalf and my team, we say congratulations and
thank you.
God bless you for this great feat.
Madam Wasi.
If you are there,
oh, if you are no man,
Oban hoye, Obia hoye. I see. Na party
me feel the same man kwa.
But you feel proud because
I'm here bema with you.
You buy you swatch you. But I when you swatch you because all the time so mo be omo be on ba on pay your money kwa you be doing the cleaning and all those things. Now when me here.
Oh yeah.
Do you cook for them sometimes?
Oh, I cook sometimes. I cook. Yeah, me cook kitchen no pay but
your favorite here there.
Me dem pediani bia, Ghana aduani bia, local.
So your mouth abenkwan any betima e.
Kati kwan abenkwan nkruma
kwan ni benku no
nkruma kwan no so oni mu ya o ya nkruma beti no na nsu oni mu ya bon consistency bo.
Dr. Bano, what's your that?
But the first time I met Shana was shows.
Oh really?
Yes.
When were there TT players no?
Oh yes, I know him.
No party ball. Ese mo dey no mo dey na be ye and dey mo dey me Membra player ben cra, kotoko player ben or free media ma kotoko wasabe. Ampeduan makai, momo doctor mut time no. As a name of 4 days. We do pokunti mut time. You know, assassin J mut time no.
Covid mut time.
Yeah, Covid mut time. Yeah.
But then time you go show.
Oh yeah.
Oh, na me papa di me dey na len clay.
Oh okay.
Time no na. So papa no kotoko fan pa.
He's so passionate about Ghana politics. You know, sometimes or come across as a statesman or forgetting the party class from so, and I'm sure or the lower idea. About forthright with what is good for the country, Ghana.
Yeah, in fact, I saw the wish me who say or more wishing and then bad girls to be in me who picture me boy. Say 2 girls in Ijanachi.
Yeah. But when it comes to MPP, for lack of a better word, Chiru say me. Also, Baba Bo man.
Oh, Debbie.
If you know there's a Cochrane also what Siremu Supen. And your child same statistics. Yeah.
And no children on when him see you camera any free so no correct. But the camera
but only here for a good reason that this country has been mismanaged under Motem.
Debbie. And no correct.
Or so many pointers over to that.
Oh, so be Canadian Chimuaba. Say anope na because me free baby na me ba.
Okay.
Anope eye na me kan.
So a lawyer for or South Africa University back.
University of Johannesburg.
And ne wa ba say obeso obeboa the party na osa chira de am say. You find Dr. Frank Bano.
Me try do a Gimpa.
Gimpa, yeah, Dr. Frank Bano. Doc, so also that say what me about. But just like I told you, or so much reservations about how you have managed this economy.
Oh my hine on say we the anope minchia a lawyer Esquire and na minchia with TF4 na min congratulate quickly last week Friday a new deputy rector for Gimpa.
Oh yes
was professor Adom, very young. Yeah, very young. Intina I'm passionate about it. Yeah, very young professor Adom, very young. Very young oh my hine. He's a professor and he's the new deputy rector for Gimpa convocation as well in last week Friday. Into Professor Adakuli, let me say, member. On was no acting dean for the School of Business at Gimpa, and he's now the
close to
yes. Into I mean, when you see young, intelligent people like Professor Daklumuna, they are climbing the ladder. And it's an example for all of us. It doesn't matter. So sebi about your side, and sana. You know, it tells you say you can be as young as anything. You can be in your 30s. You could be a full professor. You could even be a rector or a deputy rector of a big public institutions like Gimpa and any other institution. To Professor Daklumuna, let me say heartfelt congratulations. Now we are wishing the very best, and we. Maybe I have no doubt you excel in your role. Tina me man also congratulations. No mind. Now remember quickly one summer okay. Now me kasa no pena me kan bibi. O mind say unim Wolfsburg.
Yeah.
Or Germany. In the mind me ka Wolfsburg gas.
VW Babes.
That's. To say e ka Oboasia. Good. E ka takwa good. Wolfsburg so VW. In fact, the entire city of Wolfsburg, Nipo any other business I will Wolfsburg Krokasiya pa. Or more football team Kasiya pa. Just ka kono crab order. It's linked to VW. Omahine. And that yeah that's sorry VW for say omo be cut cost. Until they are looking at freezing wages for 2 years. Omo crass on betene juno they are looking at cutting wage by about 10%. Tiene no be sending me article be me coaches no be sending article be I can say so what happens to the city of Wolfsburg? Omahine. That all kind reasons are Volkswagen, one of the biggest car manufacturing companies in the world. They are to Omahine. Almost because of global economic dynamics. And you ma ababe sinye twem and the hunsun san so bonia hate company ninti and no be take his decision Omahine. You be say dynamics and anything. COVID-19, Russia, Ukraine war. So COVID-19 they buy Ukraine fie na ni. Tie den ene Volkswagen say ene na afi na ahete o ma enu nti no mo pese o mo freeze employment. Reuters mo link na kra metumi a share ma. Pese o mo freeze wages for 2 years. No o mo kro o mo sabet no ye cutting by 10% o ma hene. That is telling you say o kase exogenous factors. Enya effect ewo economy biya so omahene na tese biya politics na omahene why be me free Germany and me China. Last week China government have betu just through the Chinese central bank no they are all maybe economists no make and Saturday na me check me students and because say it is a way of saying say we are offering free money. Say almost China fusika at a rate of 2.27%. In si hono no Omahine, what he akode alone in the way the Maya.
Nay,
catch us say, I might catch us say, Brana Bejilo, buy now, frost or mine, Momra, Momrana Momedilun, Yamamunsi who or Hanticha Mumi, no, actually put me, no, just as he can a little or the chow. And the China for, and only idea almost so a because of a global economic dynamics. Say, among from Rano Medisica, no Mutum Filmura or business.
So situate the conversation well.
The main situation about business say, Osha baby a year MPP about PK economy now. You bet PK economy free NDC in same honorable here. Where they did in America. Now economy grew at 3.4% in 2016. By 2017, end of December 2017, now economy now grew by 8.3%.
But said we are being for economics.
Yes, Mijidi said the oil factor the investment.
Apart from that, you can also attribute it to the previous administration and your man no dia hyehyehyewa na ebe boa masa so. Ohwe say krata IMF for the bus abro say afia ye be si 2017 afi no. Ohwe nyoma akoso 2016 na bibi edi adanse say your figures no be improve when it gets to 2017. Do you agree say obi lay kakra and
no dear, but you are looking at the marginal rate of change. To say amahine say what the mean tramfo nyini ye pa tama owura kofo sifom in 2008 na economy grew a little over 6%. Na late President John Evans Atanos be taking over. And also until 2011 when the oil production came on board. To 2011 the highest growth with another totally by oil in a 14%. And I think around 8.3% Omahine in 2012. 8.3%. Omahine 8.3% by 2013 ne atia be drew must be 4%. By 2014 ne nam 2.8%. So data no. By 2015 ne nam around 2.7 2.8%.
That was not good.
Yes. And we are one of the reasons in Tiabeka in 2015 without COVID, without Russia, Ukraine, without any pandemic or war, Ghana was forced to go to the IMF. So okay, in 2015. In fact, Rebecca, yes, certificate called Royal Senchi initially now. Yes, I bind so ye contract later. Rebecca so ye IMF and no Krabanica so ye call seeking for policy credibility. So okay, Yanka say ye kwakoji assistance. Yes, ye policy credibility. Na yeko siki se na be benya good life free America na wetu akwakoje je besia, which was not true. Eventually na sika and ye kwakoje. So by 2016 and from 2.9 ye call 3.4. In fact, actually data no create 3.37, but all running at 3.4%. That's how we run it. Mine. It is for 3.4. Now a call 8.3 on mine. Almost 5% increment. I agree. So yes, the government then at least in terms of the new wells, oil, no, they had done some investments. Yeah. And that could have contributed. But the level, the rate at which it grew in the year, certainly it is attributable to the good measures are banned. Into my from there, no, from 2017 to 2019, the economy grew on average 6%.
Until
COVID came. In fact, that 2020 no crana COVID by no, that Ghana's economy was projected to grow at 7.3%. So kind data na IMF a projection na. That clearly tells you say there were some prudent economic measures that were put in place. Enunti enema economy need to remember this now offer until COVID nipo be hit grew 0.5% in 2020 no. By 2021, near SAR recover quickly into back at 2021, we grew at 5.1%. So kind data now. Until 2022, Russia-Ukraine war came in again. And even post-COVID crowd, we recovered. And Ghana was one of the fastest economies to recover from COVID in the global south. Talking about Latin America, talking about Asia, talking about African countries. If you read the data, it will tell you. And to mind me, clearly, it tells you, say, these things had an impact. But mean to me, so because these things had an impact, yes, as a government, government was torn between the devil and the deep blue sea. At the end of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo kan, we know how to bring the economy back. But say any wu to say the name, I made that time to South Africa. Me try lock them from March till December. Yes. March to December. Now, Nipa after March to December, South Africa is the highest country to record fatalities in terms of COVID-19 deaths on Africa. Say, oh my name, same information. But in another father said we can't bring Nipa be bring. Say you're not just say ubi and work.
So it's to say your performance, even in these tough moments, appreciable.
Oh my, yes, to some extent, because some say, let me more example of Germany, a Wolfsburg city. Says Wolfsburg city would. It has a tendency of becoming a ghost town. And I may cite challenges on my site. May cite China just last week. Yeah, said amount from no major free businesses. Woma matter also mutia dividends more shareholders near idea or free say or to me.
In our case, the argument in the cost of yeah, they inflicted some of the wounds on that, some of the avoidable expenditures and waste in our and then some of the compromises that we make in terms of management of certain issues, and no court to affect us, even though we admit that times are really not the best for the whole world. But in our case, there seems to be a bit of difference. Yankasa, Wapayum, and Newman and Fatano, Yankasa, certain kinds of interest in na Yankasa, there's that misappropriation, and then all
the argument one will put in place and say, sir, inefficiencies, inefficiencies has existed since independence. In fact,
quantum.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, one example. Right? Our first fiscal deficit in terms of a year government expenditure exceeding tax revenue. Unimafia, okay. Your first Ghana, say you free Gold Coast Bay Ghana. Unimafia is here. 1959, 2 years after independence. 2 years after independence, of my 1959. And the experience here, first fiscal deficit. On where drew. Since 1959, we have not recovered from fiscal crisis. So that is the gospel truth. And the answer says, oh, Kasa, or my say, Obia analysis. Now say you don't lay credence to data. Obe kind of sakeke. So, under NDC, they had fiscal deficit. In fact, in 2012, Ghana's fiscal deficit was over like 11%. Yes, over 11%.
2012?
Yeah, 2012, you can check. Ghana's fiscal 2012 was an election year. You can check it, the data. Ghana's fiscal deficit in 2012. So, it is telling you, say, and until 2020, when we had another highest deficit of, I think, about 14% because of COVID-19. So, in terms of inefficiencies, expenditure, revenues, and yet the first time I ever be seen in amidst all these fiscal challenges, we've seen money to have a robust growth rate and a marginal inflationary rate. And in fact, in 2019 was the year in over 20 or 30 years, you had the lowest inflation rate of, I think, about 8.1%. So this was all amidst the so-called inefficiencies that existed. So clearly, maybe trans and economist, the way we pose the question, I pay me kasa as an economist and not a political activist. So clearly, to me kase, sa inefficiencies and I be contribute to what we have. But today, say inefficiencies still exist. But your second quarter growth is 6.9%. In fact, Ghana's second quarter growth is one of the highest in Africa. In fact, South Africa's second quarter growth was 0.5%. Nigeria, it doesn't come near Ghana. Ethiopia, it doesn't come near Ghana. Kenya, it doesn't come near Ghana. Egypt, it doesn't come near Ghana. And Egypt, South Africa, Egypt, Nigeria are the biggest economies on the African continent. But almost second quarter growth, it is nowhere near Ghana. But the inefficiency still exists. So how come we've been able to rebound so strongly? So that simply tells you, say, you cannot downplay the factors of these exogenous shocks on mine. And this is not politics.
Okay, Mr. Abaso. Yeah. Doctor, lawyer.
Yeah, politicians get FDA so. Na tetina Roman power. Caesar ti akonwemo a, wo be convince Caesar na policies na dey opese wo ye. Na nema wa ye nyina. Kwase bi gina Caesar nchen. So utumi convince na otiase a Caesar betiase. Now, with all your so growth, economic growth deficit, you are not able to. What man convince you? Kwasiana, unya here. Except for fee, yeah, economics. I said Jesus, any Thomas, John chapter 20 verse 25. Thomas call na, a chef for no more call na, or more casano. No, see who Jesus or so. Minini. The other disciples therefore said to him, "We have seen the Lord." So he said to them, "Unless I see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe."
Copy me side
Mijidi. And Pastor, Jesus by. No, they decide will see my Lord and my God. 28 now. It's economy. Anywhere we fear. There's a capital there. So on Dr. Bano said on your politics. But a politician has say he's representing a political party. So definitely he will put a twist to everything. Meaning, 2015, he failed to tell us that the economy was in shock because all the commodity prices came down, which a exogenous effect. Economics for them. Your cocoa price by form, your diamond price by form, gold, all those things came down, and that is what shocked the economy. Then we have to run to the IMF. When we ran to the IMF, no, and you're bonnet, but we went there for policy credibility. But on one hand, I was saying, and you're correct. How can a government say I'm doing this and say it's not true?
Or see, actually no.
Or see,
who say any
policy?
Or see, but tell me the coin say policy credibility. I shall say with homegrown solutions, and I'm called policy credibility. A we actually who say na a busia and Namoko Jamutra.
Or see, and you know correct, and your policy credibility. Na a busia the cowboy.
Yes, a we actually.
But it is not so. You see, IMF, World Bank. Whether you go there or don't, World Bank every year be our my something to support our balance of payment deficits. All the time, whether you have gone there or we haven't gone there, World Bank for money. Wow. So we call for policy credibility. That's what they have been doing all the time. They do it. That doesn't mean say you lied by saying that you are going for policy credibility. On my hand, you know what Ghana we say, and on the fair economy no. Before COVID, the economy was failing.
The figures were good.
No, the figures were beginning to become very bad. Go and check.
If you check from 2017 to 2019, clearly the figures were in that.
COVID bad, Abe.
2020.
Before 2020, the economy was going down. Go and check. Maybe I'm not an economist, so I listen and I read. I listen to panelists like this. We see. Before they went to COVID, the economy was bad. And now COVID is no excuse. Ghana for it's no excuse. Get make us and say, "Oh my honey." And COVID and ma, we have to achieve our targets. We have to get all the money that we have to get. That you know, maybe why? And now. On perform we are but here is the case. Ghana Revenue Authority exceeded on target during COVID. Go and check. They reported we have achieved our target. We have achieved our target. Ghana Revenue Authority. Sika Ghana for us no. Was the government lying to us? I don't believe so. And I feel so. Sika and Kiebenya without COVID, no, the international community gave us so much money. And COVID, we wouldn't have gotten that money. By mismanagement. All those monies were mismanaged. Well, COVID is canceled musical chair, no. Deputy regional minister, North region. Or by being MPP, no, can I say, me and my handle, we see, and I'm just can say, no, we just almost even remember this guy. See the way they manage the COVID money.
But you're an experienced politician. Why do you rely on some of these commentaries to make the basis for your conversation?
The woman is a politician. And I, just like Doubting Thomas, I put my hand in the wound. I saw the nail wound. I saw the blood and all those things. And I'm saying, oh my Lord and my God, you are really Jesus. This is really corruption. Wow. China. China is taking advantage of the world economic order. So all this kind of money in crop for no one yet Nema, no more export to. What did Ghana do? They went to Europe and brought obsolete technologies. VW Bahasi. They say also we electrical cars, fuel injection cars in your system. And now you have gone and you are bringing those infrastructure here, and you think they are doing good. Obsolete technology.
It's a catch in terms of technology.
By 2028, all these things will be off in Europe. You push them out. Also energy. So in America, they say you can see economic growth. Inflation it went as far as 54% to 52%. Has it ever happened before? It happened only in Rollins PNDC time 1983 or come by. Wow. And idea about Badwam Mpensenpensenmu say, what's the economic good the best in Africa? If you perform so bad and you are in negative or you are in zero, absolute zero, if you perform that well, and then the little effort that you put from 0 to 3, no, it will be the best in the whole world. The fastest growing economy in the whole world. Because you see, Sudan. Because Sudan is so down. So the little performance they do, no, it will be the fastest growing economy in the world.
Ghana was down.
Ghana was down. So Kakemia, we are South Saharan Africa, we are the best. We are the that is the MPP for you. Mamu tum futungu also. Who bottom? Meaning who bottom? Look at the economy. Who bottom? I can't. I didn't come with this anything. They are going to the World Bank and IMF. They are going to get about 1.6 billion or say like that. Meanwhile, electricity waste inquiry 1.something billion. Why do you stop the waste?
He's been with us too. That's another area that you have to.
Yeah. We'll look at that side. When he's down.
That's the challenge we have as a country.
We'll look at it.
Yeah.
We'll look at the genesis of
the most unfair thing
politically
that has happened to Ghana is to brand John Dramani Mahama that he couldn't solve do so in 4 years, which he solved. Those have been with us. Now, yetiane that tare so no. Ade yes me to ase. Ase tuo no, mama nkotin tare because that Ghana suffered. You have to make
but it was solved.
Ghana suffered, you have to make it good. In the course of the suffering, people took advantage. And they branded Mama that he has brought doom so. Meanwhile, he did not bring doom so. Because Sikana, or Dako Tare, entry solver, the entry to Adenase no. Or Bobo Sikana no, because Sovu, tap power and Mary. Or because Sovu, yeah. I see a boy, same man. By before all of the doom so by. Bank said, it was there. You are in government, you are supposed to solve it. If you are not able to solve it, it's not my problem. I guess I'll solve it. The way we better to do so. Oyiri no who ye bibia or the sovereign ne yeti kanem. Now you are saying people for buy no. Gabi Ochira couldn't include for saying Mama was reckless because he overproduced the energy and then some are going waste. Oh, so couldn't you export to Burkina Faso, Mali and Nigeria? Just building pylons. Build pylons.
Lawyer.
Build pylons.
Lawyer Menkasa say, lawyer say don't make it. You've been a minister before. You've been in government business before. It wouldn't say no stress and
pylons. Was giving Republic of Benin free electricity from Akosomo.
But you say baby, I do know.
So we could have those air waste, no. Then now our drunk Kufuor's government could have built pylons or negotiate with the country. Oh, build pylons and I'll give you free electricity because my electricity is going west. But that was a lie. That was a lie. They were doing propaganda. So some of us saw through the propaganda because they wanted to say, oh, the people wasted our money and all those things. Because the man solved the doom saw. No amount of shaking hands will convince the viewers.
Right,
the viewers
we'll do the math.
Don't let mama antics no and Adam no prepare and make a I'm telling you the truth. And the truth is only one. No crane ever coupe. Wow. And it's a economy. And your MPP government. And nobody face you call as high as 54. And yet COVID million countries India.
But you downplay the impact of
Russian-Ukraine war. Why is India taking advantage? Can't Ghana also take advantage?
But you are comparing apples to mangoes.
I'm not comparing apples to
the might.
India is a third world country.
And I'm saying the might of the countries now, what they call. In 2% say they establish it. Say COVID hunsun so ni Russia hunsun so no. Oman Ghana and other amino. I need or more restructure or no because of this impact. Answer and
South Africa took advantage. India took advantage.
We never took advantage.
He was talking about Germany, where Volkswagen City is going to go dead. He's talking about Germany. He's not talking about India, where things are blooming because of COVID. Russia.
They took advantage of it.
They took advantage of it. So what is Ghana doing? Can't you also take advantage of it? Now, Kufuor was just there insulting Russia because he's a Westerner. He believes in the Western thing. So he's not for Russia. Other African countries are taking advantage. They are taking advantage of the Russia-Ukraine war. What are we supplying to Russia? As there is war, they are under sanction. What are we supplying to them? What is the government doing? Import substitution. They have seen say when in any city you pay a mindful for. Why haven't we gone to Russia to collaborate with them to take advantage and get some money? It's about foreign exchange. It's about ska. Now be transit say change say your family it will never happen.
So what is the NDC coming to the table with in the midst of all these difficulties? Go to
in the first place, the country is so bad. Things are so bad to the extent say we need an experienced leader, not an experiment leader.
An experienced
leader, not an experiment leader. Someone like John Dramani Mahama. He has been a deputy minister, a minister, MP, vice president, president. Over enormous experience. That problem he and you'll be on him day. So we have to reset the country and then upgrade.
Oh, so you agree with that upgrade?
You need to reset
and upgrade. So Samsung yam today. Virus be brave. So next time and the reset it. Me reset it we are. Then my software me be upgrade no. Now for a function well.
It's the same old Samsung.
The same old Samsung.
You reset it.
You have to set it and then upgrade it. The software. So it will perform better. It will perform so well.
Maybe that's where we find ourselves.
Yes, because because of catastrophic nepotism, any chronism, government institutions
Ajegu.
Kutuku fa crunching.
Government institutions.
So many of them. Go to Yoko.
Atiafaso.
Me say call Yoko.
Enkoyi.
They are to fight corruption. But the corruption is rather fighting them now.
How is corruption?
Oh, go there. You.
No, but how is corruption?
For Wasuko, on your mouth, you ask them.
No, how is corruption fighting?
Enna, Omahene, me say, for Wasu, government institution, for Wasu.
Fortunately, you are a lawyer now.
Me say, for Wasuko T.
Yoko.
Talk to some of the employees of Yoko.
Corruption.
Talk to some of the employees of Yoko.
So when you are hauled before
can
you explain?
Let me show you something. Oh, I like Chamante. Or Afro.
Yeah.
Tama, that corruption thing came. Sitting near the president, which had $3,000. Yeah. If the president had prosecuted him, today he wouldn't have said he's going for Afro. But the president cleared him.
Look, let me say, my senior, waka nyoma bebre na. They be saying this for ka reset na no many ajepa.
Reset.
Yes,
but we need to reset.
Yes, no many ajepa me de pa cause some ka reset na. Say your free be Pandora's box. Oma bi. Tina was say reset in there say obo former president John Dramani Mahama. And now all born credentials.
Yeah,
let me say when you be film team I'm franka ho. Ghana for mutie me. Pacho yan franka because these are his credentials. Former President John Dramani Mahama. Why assemblyman?
It's not true.
Okay. Waba be ye MP. Waba ye deputy minister. Waba be ye minister. Waba be ye running mate. And obe ye vice president. And waba be ye acting president.
Was I president?
And was I president? Inti say nipa we ono de idea bi no politics ma oni bi da. Na afa ye mehwe ne record in terms of so be reset Ghana. What is his record?
That is the experience it comes
No,
with.
Yes,
no,
and we are coming to look at his experience. Oh, Mami,
when you are quoting, quote me well.
Okay.
I said he's going to reset and upgrade.
No, not you.
No, not you.
I am not quoting you.
I am NDC.
No, I'm not quoting you.
I am
quoting the
telling
NDC general.
And I'm telling you, I'm telling you
I'm not quoting you.
No, he's
No, I'm not quoting you.
No, the man how crap. The all can I write or say.
Yes.
Or no representing NDC.
Okay, me tena say.
The or no account wa hano ti. Say the be and they say you better reset your
mind.
Upgrading. Yes, upgrade.
Fair enough.
Ufe software, better software.
Mate.
Our performance will be what? Better.
Yes. Say yes, say kwatrekwa so be frown to man. Tie ni din. Ananya sa.
That's correct.
Say
it is any pan or reset. You say tie ni din.
Tie ni din.
Tie no.
Say me betena me si o man hene ma ben pa metumi a kire ade am wehu a. So we go kwahwa me record. Na papa ni certificate e kura na te sen. Ananya sa. Eno na ade be say based on the qualification dey ampa obetumi a kire o man hene ade ama na ben atwa exams pass. Na yen hwe the qualifications o man hene. Me be kan wa ha say economic growth under the former boss when you baby in 2011 na 14%. In 2012 na 8.3%. This is the data. I have it there. I have all this data. I've done all this analysis. I have it. So I don't even need to refer to it on my hand. 2013 and I obey your man Penny. You sworn in as president. John Dramani Mahama Semna Yeke. Na growth na 8.3%. No. It by 7% in 2013. Na hwede enwa wo mumpe by 2014 growth na 7% no eti by 2.86%. That is the record of John Dramani Mahama in 2014. In 2015 from 2.86% eti ko 2.12%. That is the record of John Dramani Mahama. And this is a sad way ebe ka kire Ghana for say and growth na second quarter a year 6.9, which is one of the highest in the world globally, no, amidst all the exogenous factors, no. Or no about reset Ghana. I'll put you on a better growth record there. Ghana for this is his growth record. Or bet the world fiber free 6.9, no do 2.12%. That is his record. O mahine. Na me ko a debt energy sector semona me bra penyi kan wan sem no mahine. Say ye export to. And I love it when I hear NDC make this argument. So we should have exported it. So also we export to BBI, there should be demand for it. You don't just export to say gold, to say cocoa, because there is global demand for cocoa. I be chocolate. And until now they call a drama so yeto. If there is no demand, to say maybe a chair moon, what the cocoa no crack man for say mpe. Other sort of by the bobby will be annoyed me. You share energy now almost think you export to my Benin ne other countries no mind. Sa afina NDC or can say or must sign Ameri, which was 250 megawatts on my hand at a cost of $510 million. That was the cost of the Ameri contract on my hand. Now and when you say sa power badge no eba be Ghana bind you. There be it was for a period of time. Now, 510, that was the cost. And the energy that was going to be generated was 250 megawatts. So, we divided $510 million by 250, it is giving you an average cost of $2,002,000 into $2.02 million per megawatt of energy. That is produced from America.
Okay, so over to us, dog.
My point was me more comparative. That same year, na Egypt America, Egypt to 1,800 megawatt power batch at a cost of $1.2 billion. Who divided 1.2 billion by 1,800? That is giving you 700,000 megawatt per head as cost of producing 1 megawatt of energy. They say Egypt is so exporting energy. Now also export what they are because of the cost of production will be untoward. So that is the problem. And to what kind of report now, man, you better say World Bank, the former World Bank director, your friend Mr. Pierre Frank Laporte, or say energy sector debt identified as key contributor to Ghana's debt. Okay, so that is the mess the NDC.
No, of course. Well, ma try Hong Kong game park in bra. Then we have a conversation. Yeah, Kwaba. Ekopa yipa Frank Kofiche Asempa a sound person. I mean, I'd mention Udi or the happy birthday in advance. Now, if you mean that GH Herbal for us, one of the golden herbal mixture of Abba and I bought my herbal mixture so Abba Ejaso. For one was 0243173388 and I feel better revival qua force Makachos Nami Adma Kwesiada then in 3rd of November 1 year jubilation qua to the revival I before we bring and a babeta on a chair more medicine tickets in 50 and 150 regular and VIP respectively. I feel make out say open tickets in the hotline here 0544 222 154 na what me prebiato na akoka mo lawyer Niamasa Namwale Dr. Frank Bano and a many more to come and another pay. So just Dr. wrap up na fi lawyer and so far.
O man na me can say ye nuanom bet na NDC for catch the Ghana for. That's a Ghana for to abamo mo reset Ghana. Na me kasa ni nyina na se me kire se ye kasa reset ate se wo de ko baby dada na ye wo enye sa. Se o kasa de se o ka phone asemi, o kasa factories a reset wo de ko factory set se wo to phone se na etie me boa. Nti se o mo kasa na so beche se the MPP aye na yen pepa emfi ho. Ni yen fa nko bebi o mo NDC here because o mo de na ye papa. Enye sa. Na se ye de ko o mo de na ye papa na. O mo de na ye papa no. Na there was nothing like free SHS. In the same panka so be reset Ghana no upgrade ya. We ye Ghana ni a wuti me we maame a wuti dwomo ton ade a no pay ade me ka kire no say ka hunu say wo free SHS na wo ba e school free sesi ya no and I no betena ha kan me sorry wa ha say 23 Ghana cedis tin come ameti come ye drop out from school no sa cash and carry educational system no na obe reset wo do wako no wasa kwako to school fees ama wo ba doom so a plunge Ghana for almost be 5 years I say 4 year analysis how much say e cost you over almost be $1 billion in terms of the economic impact of doom so and no and we be reset o edwako no we are signing a marriage agreement $510 million for 250.
Be fair to John Mahama, His Excellency, that was not his creation. It was not his creation.
Yes.
Doom so it was not
I am talking about resetting to so was seen a record.
Yeah.
And so we are looking at his record. Whose term did this become a problem? It was not under JEA Mills. It was certainly not under President John Ajay Kufuor. It was certainly not under former elite President Jerry John Rawlings.
Unfortunately, it was under his term.
Yes. And so the records and I made them catch Ghana forces. So it's up to Ghanaians to decide. So looking at the records of this man. So betna ha no ka kire me say tire me ka say kwatre kwase obefra wontoma se utie ni din de sen ti ni din na mebobo a kire Ghana fo no Ghana ehu ni din na so obeka so obefra wontoma o mahu se obetumi afra wontoma ana se Ghana fo kra ntoma e kata o masene no wo ba be hwen afiri ho no na me kire ma kire Ghana fo ma hene enti so no se ni pia ni record ni no ono se oba be reset Ghana akobe bi ono ja na where he left it is the me project a Ghana for say na yet dum sumu oya so be solve dum so te say no man kasa ka so mo na de ne omegu akoma be solve dum so no sebi omo ko sign a contract na sebi per the World Bank country director statement am kan kire we nya me na me kan na nyansa bi enim to say dan na ko sign a contract who over $2 million per megawatt of energy. The same American or mine to say Egypt akono ho the same machine. Onu $700,000 per megawatt. Now we almost 3 times the price of Egypt. Does it make sense? That is the record of John Dramani Mahama. Into onu also be reset Ghana. Ghanaians should know say near ye come under his governance. Between 2013 to 2016, we will see far worse more than that. The year who no free SHS. Metna ho monaka so bi crab so me ba kra ko suku amin tua suku fees. Enu nti no Mediator. When in Kakoman, let me put it on record. He has said this on record, say, if he, John Dramani Mahama, had 2 billion, he said it on record, he will not invest 2 billion in free senior high school.
It doesn't mean that you cancel free SHS.
Omahine, yet he, how much?
He can come in for
school.
I know interest in my term.
Omahine, and to me more example, yet Sikasen are buying ascent on free SHS. Government has spent close over a little over 10 billion on free senior high school. Over 10 billion. Nessa Obi be catch was say
10 billion what?
Ghana cedis. Nessa Obi be catch was say me 2 billion. Me fan ko share free senior high school. E dey na chese free senior high school no be sustain. When it
maybe baby amudi agina na mo amon fom so nkitikiti bi na ama na say oba ehun yin so dey sika ko shi obetimi afa kwan foforo so
no aye dey na aye free
still
how would it be free when you are not funding for the cost of it? I want to know. Because free SHS say untua school fees. Oko boarding a free school at Adiaban pension free.
They've raised the issue about decentralizing even matters about centralizing of.
And I know but I'm talking about the basic tenets of secondary school, senior high school.
Doc, remember was it?
So, enti they make catch Ghana for say the person be reset Ghana near e twa mu nie enti come December 17 no mo nyina mo nkọ to abama Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bamia because ono de waka say free senior high school no problems security of ewo ho no obehwe no ye na akoso aye free ama wona woni biema etumi enya access to secondary school education.
Yeah, talking about export of energy. Almost see you are reckless in the day. You more energy than we need for Ghana. You can give your young Tom Mao na almost being top. Young Tom Mao, you the show free. Coming kuma idea. Watch a benefo. Watch a upper voter. And then Burkina Faso. Watch ombi. Bibri. Oh, why don't you be a good neighbor? Kalongo Kaya. Adie usi ehwiegu ehun ni mfaso fache unyonko Nigeria will have energy crisis. Tell Nigeria to bring power to Ghana and will give them free and energy. One yet mutual mama transia na ehwiegu na ye kan mo si Ameri. Oh, the Ameri deal no 510 no. At the end of the day it's going to be Ghanaians. You tell ya ebe ye dia say na ye dia no. Ye dia na kufa do time. But my own ni omo ya ni say aka be say 4 months the last quarter you we say no who some buy no see ye this Ghana the body na who say Egypt no enye emergency ye je ni emergency Egypt no they plan it ahead for about 5 years and no negotiate ya before the thing came ye je was an emergency because they watch yen they say the bank definitely ade who pade ni shishi customer salary ba no but the agreement was that at the end of the payment, the badge is going to be ours. That they have to train our people to manage it. That was in the agreement. And say, you can say, at the end of the year, they are no correct. MPP phone to be. Another thing too, almost a committee say, John Dramani Mama Abokro no, every sika, America no Dubai. No, they are top hotels that they need intro. Committee went under Addison. Yedin. Sika ma won. Near Koso, on by D, on fat, the crime to how Magana for that. That is MPP for you. When they see the truth, that yes, you call and a Papa Magana and John Dramani Mama, de pa, on by no baby. Then we are saying, Uncle sign agreement to extend the Amerino, not about 1 year. Uncle extending for another 7 years at the cost of $1.4 billion US. Katashi said through an executive order. The executive instrument they buy. Anna, I'm for Ghana for a static team apena. Almost sacrifice Dako, the then
energy minister.
Energy minister. They sacrifice all quality in the public. China minute.
But so can Kata or the bar bontia HSA, the entire watching him free German. It had nothing to do.
Oh, he was a timorous soul. He was a timorous soul. Oh, you for? No, sir. He was thinking. Why resign? You better I'm in position. The chair won't say no. Start say okay, cancel. Who will listen to you? Because the time you resign, that was the time you should have spoken. But he was a timorous soul. Also, MP before he was waiting. And the MP before I'm stopping trade no. Anyway, I make sure no. John Mama Kasi or very set Ghana. Now you are upgrading now. And he's saying, if you just get up and you upgrade Ghana, you are upgrading 54% inflation. You are upgrading corruption. You are upgrading virus. You are upgrading and throw. Sign the money in a SE free move. Our Ghana hand we see. Nearby, you are resetting. Nearby, Sikaka credit my infrastructure, the hospitals, Rich Hospital, Dodua Hospital, Etibie, Ashanti region, schools, hospital, roads. That is how we are resetting. And then we will upgrade. Upgrade, you know, and he's saying.
What's in front of the Ghanaian Times? Get fund as what?
Get tackling education infrastructure. Get fund initiate 11,000. Oh, where propaganda? Election. Oh, hey, look at step purpose from now to December 7. And from Kwao. They will not lie, but they will do propaganda. And then to make us in trouble. But they will twist facts. Where are Michelle said, where are making 11,248 projects. Where are making? Where are making? Make us say, Opa, Yema MP before Pusakentema. It will take another 5 years.
Agenda 111. We are through with more than 70% of it.
La General Hospital world more. La General Hospital.
What has happened to La?
Nothing.
But you are there.
No, this is nothing. It became a bare floor. And then Yakasa ya.
No, you are there. What has happened?
And I'm telling you the story. Yakasa ya no buy some baby. First, the Minister for Health went to Parliament and lied that project is 70% complete. You are not a bare floor. Near Dia Banchini, we say Yayam Ponchini Nkrumah or Hormo. When the minister said 70%. So me, I'm not surprised when the MPP is talking. And from Kwan, now we are saying they went and increased the wall. Said about Unam. Now also omo nya sika bi omo be hye ase omo kwa no omo ko tu amena e na omo di concrete bi ko hye mu and they feel omo di ade green bi twa ho. As to what happened we don't know. Me the nyame last Tuesday and about 2 to say 5 na me ko gira on mo me gira ma up to 8 o'clock think he say mo say workers back and they say nothing happened. So as to what is happening inside no give mo drones joy multimedia for mo drones no. Said drones no drone make me we try the one inside no.
Okay.
So the MPP then Akufo came to La and lied to us. Baumia came to La and lied to us. That's all they are talking to. And throw. No more here, almost on my year. And I never come person can say. Sankofo say your investigation be pre almost attempted to steal and still are the same.
And what's I call law school?
The party. There are people to be prosecuted. And to my crime, you prosecute on one bomb by Kai. On what type COVID-19 scandal will bring that to book.
All right.
I can assure
you.
Me
and Masana Mwale Esquire, thank you this morning. Dr. Frank Bano, there are people to be prosecuted, you know, if they have the opportunity.
And I make sure say, so we share a Ghana back was the First Republic. NDC at 16 years, my boy, and the MPP at 8 years. Between 16 years and 8 years, no. Why am I under both regimes? No, we have to be prosecuted.
What more than 8 years?
Okay, 16.
Oh, sir, I make demand a call.
So we see.
This time, for bad woo. No, the father for bad.
Thank you so much for your time.